Hey guys, first off, I'm sorry this video was late. My computer didn't want to work last night for whatever reason. Seems to be okay now. Uh, what is in my eye? Um, so today I've got three more Titans Returns things to take a look at. And first off, we've got Ravage. And I have to say, for Ravage's Jaguar form, I'm really impressed considering that it has a pretty thick body, but it reads instantly as Ravage. So, this is Ravage in the Jaguar mode. You get the yellow eyes. Uh, I believe the things on the back are meant to represent the cannons that, or rockets rather, that Ravage has in most versions, just due to the way they're folded back, and it's got a short little stubby tail where my pinky is there. So it's a pretty nice figure. In this mode, there are pegs where you can have a Titan Master ride on Ravage, and we're going to show that off soon. But first, we're going to put Ravage into their next mode. So it's pretty easy transformation. You flip the tail, pull out a little jet nose cone, fold the back feet up, and I'm screwing this up already. And you want the front feet flipped like this. Ravage's head, of course, goes down. And you fold to the side. There are little pegs that go into the bottom of Ravage's feet. This can be tricky. And then you just fold these parts like this. This is officially a plane mode. It's a box with wings on it. It's what it is. It's not a plane at all. It's there to have a form for the Titan Masters to ride on, basically. You get from the right angle, it's okay, but you really, really need to have it from the exact perfect angle to actually see it as what's supposed to be. So, like I said, a Titan Master can ride on Ravage. So I've got Grax here. Again, secure pegs. So you can have a Titan Master ride on. Technically, you can have two ride on because there's enough space that you can have one foot per peg, basically, and then allow two to ride. But we're not going to bother with that. So there's one more mode, and it's basically halfway there already. So flip the nose cone back down. Take the feet and try to get them to fold under where the wings are. It usually works, not always. It's not working today. Might help if I fold this back a bit. No, not today. Okay, there we go. Hey, you're not supposed to. No wonder it's not working. The foot came out. And fold everything together, and you have the spy tablet mode. Which, yeah, this is the bottom. Okay. which Ravage has a ton of detail on. One issue with, from what I understand, all of the spy tablets is that the decals do fray from transformation. It's really not too bad. It's mostly just where the transformation points are, where they meet up. You can't even really see it on the camera unless I'm like really trying to show you. But you can see all the different details on there, like a GPS screen, basically. What I assume is a sonar screen, a whole bunch of different things. And I actually am holding it upside down. No, that's right side up because that's how the power button is. Yeah, so you can see there's different buttons on the top. Okay, sorry about that. Had a small blue screen issue. I think I figured out the problem that I've been having. I needed to get rid of some stuff on my computer. Anyways, you can see a power button, a cancel button, an enter button, and a whole bunch of things I don't know what they mean. So that's the spy tablet mode. Like with Blaster, there is a 3mm jack for headphones. It's just right on the bottom. So, take my MP3 player's headphones and just, there you go. Now, of course, this mode is meant to go inside of Soundwave. I do not have Soundwave yet. Definitely one on that's on my list to get. But I do have Blaster. So, I've already taken the rocket sled out. And you want to put it so that the plug part is down. And I think I still have that in wrong, don't I? Yeah, so you want to have the plug part down, and you want this to be facing up. So you put it in like this, and close, and of course you can just eject again, and there it is. Alright, so that's the first Titans Return thing I have. My second is Titans Return Tarot, which is a neat one. So this is an interesting one. Its name is Tarot, but it's based off of Swoop. Here's the robot body. Doing research is apparently based off of the Swoop toy body, G1 Swoop toy body. So it's got a visor on the head, and the little point down there is where the Pteranodon head would go. I had to remember which one Swoop was. You can see different panels and things on there, which I'm actually impressed you can see them, considering I am not using a great camera here. And just as a nice little touch, the head mode is Swoop's animation model head, including the smirk. And we're going to put it on a Skull Cruncher here. So I found Skull Cruncher's the easiest one to get a good view of how the head's looking. You know what? It's not bad. Now, Tarot is, of course, a Titan Master mini pack figure, which means he comes with a vehicle. Like all the ones that are based off some kind of animal, his vehicle is based off of an animal. In this case, okay, that was just OBS being stupid that time. I have no clue what caused that at all. But I was just saying, in this case, a Pterodactylus. I'm pretty sure Pteranodon is what a swoop is actually based off of, hence the crest. And as you can see, there's kind of missing a back here. Well, like with Soulback, you can fill in that gap. As you can see, Swoop's legs kind of fill in there. It's pretty nice. If you look at the bottom, you do see Swoop's face under there. And I'm going to keep switching between Taro and Swoop because it's just weird. If I ever find Clobber, I'll probably end up doing the same thing with Clobber and Grimlock. And I've been making a point of getting the animal-based ones because I just think they're so much neater than just having a standard vehicle. Alright, so there is also, of course, a vehicle mode, in which case you basically... Sorry about that. I think part of the problem is that they're mowing out there. In any case, I've put my fan behind the computer, so I'm sorry if you're hearing that. As I was saying, there's of course a vehicle mode as well. So the vehicle mode basically consists of turning Taro upside down, removing the Titan Master body, making sure that you put it in standing up so that you can get the pegs into the feet, which is easier said than done. There we go. You flip this part back up, and there's a small groove in the seat that'll allow it to stay up. Put the Titan Master into a sitting position. Fold up the Pteranodon head and fold up the wings. You get kind of like a Star Wars-y type looking vehicle. It's clearly not any kind of real vehicle, but you know what? It looks cool. And that's really all that matters. And of course, it has a weapon mode as well. In the weapon mode, you can have the Titan Master inside the weapon mode, but you do not have to. And it's pretty easy to get there from vehicle mode. I am going to put the Titan Master in just because it's easier for me. And I personally think the filling it in helps a bit. If I can get the feet right. There we go. And you have a crossbow. So if you get the handle in the back to hold it, I'm not going to bother showing it being held because it's a pain to get it held in such a way that you can actually see what it's meant to be and have it actually look like a crossbow. But there it is. You can see the bolt up here. And honestly, this is probably the least convincing mode for me. Like, the bolt helps, but it's still kind of... So there's one more to show off, and I am going to in a bit, but first I need to do some clearing off because of stupid things happening. Okay, and the final one I want to show off is Shuffler. Like with Soulback, based off of one of the Japanese only, I think they were mail order ones. It's interesting about Shuffler, besides the fact that he got to actually keep his name, unlike Lion who became Soulback, is his robot mode is based off of a Beast Former character I think called Sledgehammer Elephant. Uh, what's interesting to me is that I finally have a name of a bootleg that I had as a kid. It was one of those. Well, actually, two of them. A green one and an orange one. It's one of those ones that you got from the dentist. uh, but Sledgehammer Elephant. Let's see if I can get his face in there. It's really hard to. Okay, you can kind of see that there's an elephant trunk there. It's got some nice details on him. There, got elephant style feet with the three big toes there. Darker colors do not work well on a webcam, and that's all I've got. uh, of course, the head mode is based off of the original Shuffler's head mode. And once again, we're going to take Skull Smasher and use him to show the head mode off. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's bright orange eyes there. It works well with the purple. The purple actually works really well with the green. I think it might be my favorite head for Skull Smasher, despite the fact that it's an Autobot on a Decepticon body. And again, like with Taro/Swoop, it has an animal/vehicle based off of the original. And I have taken a look at TF Wiki. This is pretty much spot on. There's the only differences are for the actual vehicle mode itself. All the different panels you see there are apparently on the original figure based off the picture that I've seen. So this one actually can kind of work on its own, but there is still places to fill in, and you basically put it face up, head towards the front, and get a little belly. It does fill in a small little gap at the top there. So that's Shuffler's elephant mode. There is an Autobot symbol on the right side. And so next is the vehicle mode. And honestly, I think this might be my favorite of the mini animal vehicles. So you flip up the elephant head, turn it around, flip it down. You put the gun up very slightly, and then you fold the feet. And it should be noted that the feet are on one rod, so the back feet will always turn together, the front feet will always turn together. And for me, I found this the easiest way of doing it. First, make sure that whatever Type Master you're using, their arms are flipped up. Attach them to the front legs. Make sure they're secure. And then flip up. Because otherwise you end up with them in a weird kind of back-breaking position. And you have an elephant tank. The head can rotate. Elephant head can rotate. You can lift up the trunk to do a different type of gun. And this is a really nice tank mode. It really is. Of course, there's one more mode to show off. And that's the weapon mode. So for the weapon mode, it's basically the same as the tank mode, but you want to flip the front feet back to their original position. You flip the tail down more. Well, actually, you want to flip the trunk down, then flip the tail down more. And as a nice touch on this one, you can actually, as well as having in normally, you can have shuffle or ride in it, but I'm going to put it in normally. And you have a multi-rocket launcher. It looks like there's 12 rockets that would be shot, as well as the two cannons from the elephant mode. I personally think this is my favorite of the ones I have, just because it looks good in every single mode. It's believable as what it is in every mode. The elephant, even the elephant head looks nice here because it's used as like a rocket clip. And while you can't see the molding on it, there is like little clip moldings in there. So yeah, Shuffler is definitely my personal favorite of these so far. I definitely need to look for the other animal ones. I know there's a ram horn one where the head mode is based off of an unreleased headmaster. So that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching. With any luck, I'll be able to record Crash Bandicoot tonight. So I'll see you guys later and have a great time wherever you may be. Bye, guys.